John Beverly, the Candyman, the businessman with a conscience, on LICMC.net radio every Saturday at 3 p.m.
Hello, everyone. This is John Beverly, the businessman with a conscience, here at the Alcumalon Village, where each one reach one, each one teach one brick, one building, one block at a time. And as we often say, people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. So today, I just want to say happy Halloween to you guys that's celebrating you gooblins and goblins and ghosts and all that kind of stuff. But be careful out there. Watch where you're going, watch the streets, the kids crossing, and all of that kind of stuff. And be careful and watch your surroundings. Today, I'm often just try to hopefully say something that will benefit someone. And more or less, I'd like to piggyback just a little bit on last week. We was having a few problems, and hopefully I was able to get my message across about supporting one another. It's very important that we take each other into consideration and realize where we come from and the struggle that we have had trying to get to the point that we are in now. It wasn't always easy. And like I tell people, Rome wasn't built overnight. And I tell it from everything I do, I looks at it somewhat in the form of the impression of operating a business. Everything you do, pretty much, you has a business part about it. From a relationship, you have to take care of the business part of that relationship. In that in that relationship, and the business part of that relationship is making sure that each other is happy and taken care of and is being considered. A lot of times in relationships, we uh, have a tendency to focus on me, as well as a regular business, me. And when I say that, we always, in business, you want to make money. In a relationship, everybody wants to be pleased, everybody wants to be satisfied, and everybody wants to be happy. So you focus on making people happy and each other happy, and you treat them, as I often say, treat people the way you want to be treated yourself, because that's very important. In communication, sometimes, you may need to just sit down and talk about in a relationship what you like and what you don't like and what you expect out of each other, because people can't read your mind. They don't know that you might like every now and then your bald head rubbed or whatever, a pat on the back or a hug or a little smack on the cheek, or what they say, a good juicy wet one. You know, different strokes for different folks. Everybody, likes something different. And it's very important that we take care and please one another. My dad used to always say, people say, but call him, and he said that they would say he was henpecked. He said, well, yeah, I am. He said, but the most important part, as long as I'm being pecked by my hen, you ain't being pecked by somebody else's hen. So it's okay to be henpecked, but most important to be pecked by your own hen. And like I say, you sit down and you talk to your wife or your husband and find out what they like, what they don't like, and uh, are they satisfied in the things that you're doing. My wife and I, we make sure. I know she liked to go out to dinner. She liked to ride down there off of Jefferson by the water from time to time. And every now and then, if I don't do it soon enough, she'll make mention about that water, and that's my cue. I don't just overlook it and hear and let it go in one ear and out the other. When she mentioned about that water, I know that means she would like to go and ride by the water and just look out at it. And that's a simple fix. If life was just that easy all around, huh? that would be make life just so much better and wonderful and easy to get along with people. And what I did, after church, my family, we got together and went down to this soul food place down off of the boulevard in Jefferson and had dinner. And after that, I left and went, strolled out uh, Jefferson and rode down through Groves Point and looked at the big houses and where it opened up to the water. And, she looked out there at the water and I looked at the water. It's something about that water and just to see all of that water. You know, Sometimes it's a little scary, but it's so calming and soothing. When you look at it and you listen to the water splashing up against the walls and what have you, and just to see how it is just the little waves and stuff. And, just it's like I say, it's relaxing. And all it took was rather than riding down Gratiot or riding out 94, I just went out Jefferson and that just kind of helped made her day. Sometimes it's the little simplest things that we can do. Sometimes we think we have to be buying roses or a box of candy and going to a play and doing different things. Sometimes it could be something as simple as a little walk in the park, a little ride, like I say, by the river and look at the water and, just to keep one another happy. And sometimes, I do little things and I don't take it for granted. Sometimes I go home and my wife be done fixed a nice soul food dinner, some beans, greens, and yams, and hot water cornbread, and fried chicken, or steak, or something of that sort, or even neck bones sometimes. And me and my crazy self, I may go home and have an appetite for a bowl of cereal. But that don't even bother her, because she's used to me and she know that I'm not being contrary or just trying to be aggravating. It's just that today I don't have a taste for that. And when I tell her, I let her know that I appreciate that she took that effort and fixed that meal for me. But if she didn't mind, I would just like a bowl of cereal and I get me a bowl of Frosted Flakes or Cheerios or Raisin Bran Crunch or something of that sort. Cut up a few pieces of banana in it and, just go for it and be just as content. And sometimes, she said, well, okay, if that's what you got to do, and, we just do our thing and just keep it moving. And I appreciate her for accepting me for who I am, and I accept her for who she is, because we all don't have the same tastes. We don't like the same thing. We don't do the same thing. But so that's why it's very important that we communicate and talk about what we like. Because sometimes, you walking around the house, and because she moved a certain way or moved something out the way, you got an attitude. Well, did you take the time out and let her know that whatever that was that she moved, that you put it there for a reason and you would appreciate it? Could you leave that there because I need to know when I get ready to go back to it that it's there, and that's why I put it there. And my wife, she's always cleaning and wiping off and putting up stuff, and it tickles me because my son and I we talks about it from time to time. If we looking for something in particular and can't find it, we just laugh and say, "Ask Mama," because she done moved it from what she called in the way, out the way, and put it up. So, and we know it's not lost, but so all we have to do is check with her to find out where did she put it. So, like I say, it's the communication part of things that kind of helps to make things better. And we laugh it off, and she even it took us her some time because we talked about it. She yeah we knew you had got a hold to it, and she just laughed. Well, it was. She let us know where it was on the table or it was here, and it should have been over there. And men look at things one way and women look at it another way. So we don't always see eye to eye, but we get along. And like I say, and with communication, you gets along even better because now you done put both of you and your significant one together and on the same track where y'all can communicate and understand one another and realize, well, he did this, and I know he did it because, and she did that, and I know she did it because. Having that understanding, it just helps to make life so much better, so much wonderful. And like I say, just keep one another, and don't take it for granted that she's going to do this or he's going to do that. Sometimes, we don't do things because sometimes we don't understand it. Sometimes we just didn't think about it. So maybe you need to bring it to our attention sometime. Yesterday this happened, that happened, and bring it to my attention and remind me and give me an opportunity to do something about it, because any husband, any wife believes and know that their husband loved them and that their wife loved them, and because of the love that they have for one another, it's very important that they share this different kind of information. Because if you tell me and talk to me about it and let me know, that means you're concerned because you don't want no problems, so you let me know these things. And if it means just as much to me, I'm going to take it into consideration what you have told me and the information that you just shared with me, so I could help to make it better. Because I'm always going to the Bible. The Bible said, "To love and kindness have I drawn them, drawn thee." So in doing that, we treat each other with love. We treat each other with kindness. We treat each other the way we want to be treated ourselves. We walking around with the mumps, mad at the world, and poor little wife come in and say something to you, and she loves you and she cares so much about you, and she say something to you and you about to bite her head off. And then some cases vice versa. Sometimes the wife done had a rough day, and and husband, poor husband, he don't know what's going on, so when he come in and go in for that little smooch, kiss, or hug or whatever, and if she kind of shuns him away, or kind of, and maybe not even on purpose, not being aware of that's what she's doing. Just just what they say, life things doesn't happen today. So sometimes when different situations happen like that, maybe it's good if they don't let you know. Sometimes it may be a good idea to just ask the question, "Hey, how was your day? Look like something's on your mind. Was everything okay? Did things work out? Did something go wrong? Did something happen? What can I do to help? Put a little smile on your face." And me, if those of you that know me, y'all know that I do little silly stuff. I'm subject to make a little face, or do any little crazy something to make you smile. I believe in to try to make. I like making people smile, because when you smile, that's a sign of happiness, and it takes so much less out of you to just smile. It helps when somebody see you smiling. It does something to an individual when they see someone else smiling. And when you see somebody mad with attitude and all them wrinkles in their face, it kind of makes you look a certain way, and and probably don't even want to go near that person because they seem to have something going on with them. But nevertheless, we want to focus on treating people the way we want to be treated, communicating, talking to one another, expressing how we feel and what could make us feel a little bit better, and appreciate when each other try to do what it takes to make the other happy. So today, hopefully, I think I said something that would interest you, that would help you, that would help motivate you, to encourage you. So this is John Beverly, the businessman with a conscience, here at the Alkemalon Village, where each one reach one, each one teach one. One brick, one building, one block at a time. And as we often say, people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. And we show that we care by the things that we do. Thank you and have a great day. And remember, be careful.
Beverly, the Candyman, the businessman with a conscience.
Hello, everyone. This is John Beverly, the businessman with a conscience. I want you to tune in to licmc.net radio every Saturday at 3 o'clock p.m. Also, watch Comcast Xfinity every Saturday at 10:30 a.m. Also, with my friends at the Alculine Village. My newest news is I have a channel on stream.com/London TV Net. 24/7 live streamed TV networks. The name of my station is John B. TV. And remember, this is John Beverly, the businessman with a conscience, where people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. And thank you guys for listening.
John Beverly, the Candyman, the businessman with a conscience, on licmc.net radio every Saturday at 3 p.m.